Hello, welcome to Competitive Exams Library YouTube channel. If you visited my channel for the first time or haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe our channel for the more updates and more videos. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, today topic is payment banks and small banks. So let's see the payment banks. So payment banks is headed by the Nachkitmore committee. So for the payment bank committee is Nachkitmore committee. Okay, so remember headed by the Nachkitmore committee. And who can apply the payment banks? So card issuers and finance companies and business correspondents, telecom companies like Idea, Vodafone, Airtel and retailers etc. So these all are can apply for the payment bank's license. So promoter should retain 40% stake for the first 5 years for the payment banks. Okay. So next there are 41 applications received for the payment bank license to the RBI. RBI selected only 11 banks for the payment banks. Okay, in the 41 applications, RBI selected the 11 applications. So let's see what are the 11 companies. Aditya Birla Nuvo Company and Airtel M-Commerce. So Airtel M-Commerce Services is tie up with the Kotak Mahindra Bank to establish the payment bank. Okay, remember Airtel M-Commerce is tied up with Kotak Mahindra Bank. Next, Cholamandalam Distribution Services, Department of Posts. So Postal Department of Post. Next, Finopatek. So Finopatek is tied up with ICICI Bank. Okay, Finopatek is tied up with ICICI Bank and Airtel is tied up with Kotak Mahindra Bank. So remember the joint ventures also. So next, National Security Depository. Next, Reliance Industries. So Reliance Industries is tied up with the SBI, State Bank of India. Okay, Reliance Industries is tied up with the State Bank of India. Next, Dilip Sanghvi Sun Pharmaceuticals. So next, Paytm. So Paytm is a mobile wallet app. So all of us know about Paytm. So next, Tech Mahindra. Next, Vodafone, M-Paisa. So these 11 companies are granted license to the payment bank by RBI. But in the 11 companies, Tech Mahindra, Dilip Sanghvi Pharmaceuticals and Cholamandalam Distribution Services are give back their license to the RBI. So they don't want to establish the payment banks. Okay, so 3 banks, see out of these 11, these 3 Tech Mahindra and Dilip Sanghvi Pharmaceuticals and Cholamandalam are give back to the license to the RBI. Okay, so only 8 companies are established the payment banks. Okay, so remember 11 companies out of 41 applications and 3 given back the license. Okay, so let's see the functions of the payment banks. So they take deposits only on current account and saving accounts. Let's all of us know about there are 4 type of accounts in banking. So one is current account, saving account, next fixed deposit account and recurring account. So in these 4 type of deposits, so payment banks are only eligible to take the current account and saving account only. Okay, so they can't accept fixed deposit. Okay, they don't have right to take fixed deposits. So they can't give loans. They can invest depositors' money in government securities only. In type of banking, we see the narrow banking. So narrow banking means safe banking. So banks can invest the money in only government securities. So in government securities there is no loss. So there is sure profit. So income. So the payment banks are only allowed to depositors' money into government securities only. Okay, they cannot give loans. They can invest depositors' money in government securities only. So next, let's see the small banks. The small banks is committee headed by the Usha Thorat. Okay, payment bank is headed by the Nachkitmore and small banks committee is headed by the Usha Thorat. In small banks, there are 72 applications received. In that, only 10 banks are only selected. Okay, small banks are 72 applications received, 10 banks are selected. In payment bank, 41 out of 11 banks are selected. So let's see the 10 banks of small banks. AU Finances India Limited, Capital Local Area Bank Private Limited, Disha Microfinance Private Limited, Equities Holding Private Limited, ESAF Microfinance, Janalashmi Finance Services Limited, RGBN Northeast Microfinance Limited, Suryodaya Microfinance Private Limited, Ujjaini Finance Services Private Limited, Utkarsha Microfinance Private Limited. So these 10 banks are selected by the RBI to establish the small banks. So professionals with 10 years in financial services, so professionals need to 10 years experience in financial services and 5 years track record. So these persons only allowed to apply for the small banks. Okay, so promoters initial contribution should be the 40% lower to 26% in 12 years. So let's see the functions of small banks. So they can accept all type of deposits like commercial banks. So payment banks are not allowed to take deposits, but small banks can accept all type of deposits like commercial bank. So whatever commercial bank can accept, they all can accepted by the small bank also. So they can give out of depositor money as loan to other customers, but small area of operations. So small payment banks don't allow to take loans, give loans, but the small banks can give loans, but only small area of operation for small companies like MSMEs, micro small industries like that. Small companies only they can give loans. Okay, so joint ventures are not permitted. So in payment banks, joint ventures are allowed, like Finopatek is tied with ICICI and Reliance is tied with SBI and Airtel is tied with Kotak Mahindra. So in that there is no joint ventures are not allowed in the small banks. Okay, so foreign shareholding will be allowed in these banks. Okay, as per the rules, FDI, foreign direct investment in private banks is in India. So whatever rules comes to the private banks FDI, so same rules are applicable to the small banks. Okay, so joint ventures are not allowed in small banks. So let's see the difference between payment bank and small bank. So payment bank committee is headed by the Nachkitmore committee and small banks committee is headed by the Ushat Thorat. So total 41 application, payment banks, 11 banks are selected and 3 banks are given back to the license to the RBI. Okay, 3 banks not established to the payment banks. One Cholamandalam, next Dilip Sangvi and Tech Mahindra. Okay, so remember, out of 72 applications, small banks, 10 banks are selected by the small banks license. Next, promoter should retain 40% stake for the first 5 years in payment banks. Promoter initial contribution should be 40% lower to 26% in 12 years. Next, payment banks cannot accept fixed deposits. So small banks can accept all type of deposits like a commercial bank. So next, they cannot give loans. They can invest deposits money in only government securities in payment banks. In small banks, they can give out depositor money as loans to other customers, but small area of operation. Okay, so these are the main differences and main important points about payment banks and small banks. Okay, if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe and share our videos. Okay, thank you.